I think the general perspective that most journalists have is that when, and George Will said it best, when there's a Republican in the White House, inevitably the economy is bad. If you go back just, at the end of August, when we had, beginning of September, we had bad unemployment numbers. Everybody said, oh, that's the road to recession. That was how ABC built it. Then we find out the numbers aren't all that bad. They don't change their tune. They're still talking about how bad the economy is, and then they want to reflect back to either the crash '87 or even crash of '29.
So, Dan, you really think if there was a Democrat in the White House, or if we get a Democrat in the White House and the economy goes south, the media is not going to report it?
Well, I think they'll report it in a different way. We did a comparison back when Bush ran for re-election, comparing it when Clinton ran for re-election. Business Week's own economists said two economically similar times, but they were covered completely different. You had CBS, when Clinton was running for re-election, hailing the economy, talking about how great things were. And when Bush was running for re-election, Dan Rather, of course it was Dan Rather, but Dan Rather coming on the evening news saying, where are the jobs? Well, it's the same place they were when Clinton ran for re-election.
So you've quantified all of the occasions when the media has jumped in on bad news, even when the good news overwhelmed the bad news.
I wouldn't say all of them. To do that would take a lot more people than any Washington think tank has. But we've quantified a lot of them. And particularly lately, it's not like the economists I talked to are saying everything is great news. They're just saying there are two sides, two ways to look at what's going on in the economy. And then you look at the networks, and it's one way, CNN's John Roberts, actually citing the Great Depression and the crash of '87 after a good economic report. You just never get the good news.